Welcome to Hight Histories, where we dive into the fascinating past of historic landmarks. Today, we're opening the storybook of Arundel Castle, a majestic and towering fortress in West Sussex with nearly 1,000 years of tales to tell. In just 8 minutes, we'll uncover its origins, its wartime roles and the damage it sustained, the powerful families who called it home, and its place in modern culture. Stay tuned. Our story begins in 1067, when Roger de Montgomery, a trusted companion of William the Conqueror, founded Arundel Castle. Built to secure the newly conquered lands, the castle's strategic position above the River Arun made it a formidable stronghold. The motte, a 100-foot high artificial mound constructed in 1068, is the castle's oldest feature, standing as a sentinel over the landscape for nearly a millennium. For over 850 years, Arundel Castle has been the ancestral home of the Dukes of Norfolk, a family deeply entwined with England's history. Among them, to name a few, the second Duke of Norfolk is celebrated for his victory at the Battle of Flodden in 1513. The third Duke of Norfolk was the uncle of both Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard, both of whom became wives of King Henry VIII. The fourth Duke met a tragic fate, executed for plotting to marry Queen Mary, Queen of Scots. Just one of many turbulent moments in this castle's long history. The 14th Earl of Arundel, known as the Collector, acquired many of the treasures still on display in the castle today. Arundel Castle's military significance was clear from the moment it was built. Fast forward to the 12th century, Arundel Castle found itself at the heart of the Anarchy, a civil war between supporters of King Stephen and Empress Matilda, both vying for the English throne. The castle was besieged in 1139 when Matilda sought refuge here. Despite being surrounded, her forces negotiated safe passage for her to escape. The castle's thick walls and formidable defences held firm during this tumultuous period. But the castle's most severe tests came during the English Civil War, a conflict that pitted royalists loyal to King Charles I against parliamentarians led by Oliver Cromwell. In December 1643, Arundel Castle was seized by royalist forces who saw it as a key position in the south of England. However, their control was short-lived. Just weeks later, parliamentarian forces under Sir William Waller laid siege to the castle. The siege was brutal. Parliamentarian cannons pounded the castle walls, and the defenders, cut off from supplies, were eventually forced to surrender. The damage inflicted during the siege was severe, leaving much of the castle in ruins. The Norman keep atop the motte is the only survivor from 1643. This marked the beginning of a period of decline for Arundel Castle, with repairs only beginning decades later. Despite the ravages of war, Arundel Castle has always risen from the ashes. It wasn't until the early 18th century that repairs were undertaken by Thomas, the 8th Duke of Norfolk. However, the castle as we see it today owes much to Henry, the 15th Duke of Norfolk, who led a major restoration project completed in 1900. Thanks to his efforts, Arundel Castle became one of the first English country houses to be equipped with modern conveniences, including electric lighting, central heating, and a water supply that also served the town, transforming the castle into a symbol of resilience and renewal. Today, Arundel Castle stands not just as a monument to architectural grandeur, but as a testament to the battles and the wars that have shaped its history. From Norman invasions to civil strife, its walls have witnessed the tides of war and emerged stronger, a lasting reminder of England's turbulent past. Arundel Castle played a pivotal role in one of the most iconic British TV series of all time, Doctor Who. In the 1988 episode Silver Nemesis, Arundel Castle's Iron Tower took centre stage. Sylvester McCoy, playing the 7th Doctor, faced off against Cybermen and neo-Nazis, right in the shadow of this historic structure. The castle's eerie atmosphere added the perfect touch to this sci-fi adventure, blending the world of history with the Doctor's timeless travels. But Arundel Castle did not stop with time-travelling aliens. Fast forward to 2017, and Arundel Castle was back in the spotlight in Wonder Woman. Its impressive exterior became a Belgian chateau used by the German High Command during World War I. The castle was also used, along with the set in Leavesden Studios, to represent a grand New York castle. It's fascinating to see how the castle's medieval English walls were transformed into different eras and locations for the big screen, making Arundel Castle not just a symbol of British history, but a versatile player in modern cinematic storytelling. Now, let's step back in time a little. The majestic Arundel Castle has also doubled as none other than Windsor Castle. First, in 1994's The Madness of King George, Arundel's interiors and exteriors were used to bring the life and struggles of King George III to the screen. Its stunning rooms, including grand halls and intricate architecture, helped recreate the grandeur of 18th century royal life. Then, in 2009, Arundel reprised its royal role in The Young Victoria, a period drama chronicling the early years of Queen Victoria's reign, with both its exterior and its lavish interiors used in the film. In these films, Arundel Castle was more than a backdrop. It was a living, breathing representation of royal power and elegance. Arundel Castle isn't just famous for its appearances on screen, it's home to some of the world's most priceless art and artefacts. Inside, you'll find works by Van Dyck, Gainsborough and Canaletto, alongside sculptures, tapestries and furniture that reflect England's rich cultural heritage. It's like walking through a gallery that spans centuries. Notable items include personal possessions from Mary Queen of Scots, adding a personal touch to the collection. In the early 1800s, the 11th Duke of Norfolk opened Arundel Castle's gatehouse to the public for the very first time, and by 1817, the first guidebook was printed. This marked the beginning of a tradition that continues today, allowing visitors to experience centuries of history. One highlight is the furniture bought and commissioned for Queen Victoria's visit in 1846, most notably her bed, still on display today. Her visit was so significant that a painting was commissioned to commemorate it, and this portrait still hangs in the castle, a lasting reminder of its royal legacy. Today, Arundel Castle stands as a symbol of Britain's heritage, both royal and cinematic. From Doctor Who to Wonder Woman and royal drama to actual history, Arundel is where the past truly comes alive. If you enjoyed this episode of Height-Size Histories, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more historical adventures. Remember, the past shapes the future. Farewell for now, time travellers.